RMTV Women's Podcast. This is episode 83. Again, we are coming to you from our bedroom due to
which
lockdown.
I've just miraculously cleaned.
Yeah,
Spotless.
it doesn't look like that bad minutes ago when we started this.
No.
So as there's not really much going on in the sporting world at the minute, we feel like we've spoken about a lot of like the high profile topics anyway, and we don't want to keep bringing it up every week, such as like the Olympics or the Euros and that, because it can just get bored and it gets repetitive for both you and for us. So this week we came up with the idea of picking our top 3 moments of the season so far. So we've looked back at the games we've played so far this season and picked our 3 moments from that. We each got 3 different ones. We made sure we had 3 different ones before this, so we know what each other got. But we're going to talk through them anyway, like in detail. But yeah, do you want to kick us off with your? Have you put them in order, like 1, 2, 3? Or have you just picked moments? Like there's no top one.
I haven't put them. Actually, they probably are in order, but I didn't do that on purpose. But they probably are. Do you want to do it where? Should we start from like? Have you done it in like that as well? Have you done your like top?
No, but I can do. I think I'd know which one I'd go first anyway.
So we could do like, we start from our 3rd favourite. So I go my 3rd, then you 3rd, then my 2nd, then your 2nd, then my top, then your top. Should we do it like that? Sound? Yeah. Probably should have talked about this before, but here we go. So my 3rd favourite moment, mine are all kind of surrounded by goals that have led to me feeling some sense of euphoria. So my 3rd favourite was Mel Lawley's penalty against Bristol at home, and I chose this one because it was a really, really good penalty. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. 2, it was Mel's first goal wearing a Liverpool shirt, so it was nice to sort of witness that. And 3, our first goal that we scored in the league. I think we must have been like a quarter, nearly half of the way through the season, and we still hadn't.
Or something?
I thought it was after. Oh no! After Christmas was the other Bristol game, wasn't it? So it must have been just before Christmas.
Yeah.
And like obviously we'd not picked up any points and we'd not scored any goals. So to do them both in the same game, that's probably got to be a bit of a highlight. And the thing that I remember the most is I'm pretty sure that's the first game where you forced me to go and sit in the bloody heavens at Prenton Park, so high up, so I couldn't actually see anything. Because we always used to sit in like, I don't know if you've, obviously most of you will have probably been to Prenton if you're watching this, and if you haven't, you've probably seen what it is and what the layout is. So if you're watching it on the telly, the camera shows where everyone sits, and then you've got like the crowd. Yeah. So you see the little crowd, the crowd bit on like, it'll be the right hand side of the camera. And then a little bit up is like a square little patch of like the media press sort of area, and we've always sat in like that little bit. I don't even know why, we just kind of sat there. And then Lauren's like, "Oh, should we just go sit up there today?" And I was like, "No."
What it was, I needed a table because I needed to charge my laptop so I could do like the tweets and that.
Yeah.
And like it's always awkward when you've got to whip out your laptop when you just sit in like a normal seat anyway. So I was like, no, let's go sit up there this week. And then I think we were with Chris as well.
Yeah.
So I think he was sitting up there already, or like we seen him. So like I was like, well, let's go sit up there. I quite enjoyed it.
I wouldn't. I just think it was too high. I don't mind sitting there, but it was really like those stairs going up was just like, oh my god, they're like almost vertical.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember, and then I remember trying to Instagram it for like, because obviously I do the updates on Instagram. And there was a pole in the way as she scored, so you couldn't actually see her score it. You just see this massive pole, and then Mel running, hitting it behind the pole, and then it going in, so you didn't actually see her make contact with the ball. So I was like, oh, for God's sakes. But yeah, that was quite a high moment. Obviously, it's not been an amazing season by any means, and obviously we don't even know if the season's going to be able to finish, but it's quite nice to be able to pick out at least some things that we can be happy about, and I'll probably always remember that as well.
Yeah,
We all like,
season,
yes!
in a couple of weeks this season might not even count for anything, so
Yeah.
we might as well talk through all these moments now while it's still, I mean, it's always going to be relevant, but while it's still like majorly relevant.
Yeah.
My third favourite, I'll probably go. I'll go with Babajide versus Arsenal. Her goal.
Yeah.
Like that. So that game, it was all up in arms for like a little bit as to where we were going to be playing because of the whole situation with the pitch at Printon Park. It was then decided that we were playing at Chester. So then we made the journey up to Chester. Me, you, Emma and Charlie all went. So like that was like a nice sort of fun journey. Then when we got there, we were getting interviewed by Sky Sports, which was mad. So we went through all that. Then we went like in the press bit with at the game, and like we were there, like we seen loads of people. Like we spoke to like Sam Miller and stuff like that. Like we got to like mix with loads of people. And then, like, as the game is starting, you're thinking, oh, Arsenal, like, the proper tricky game. But then, early on in the season, when we played them away, we'd, like, done quite well.
Yeah.
You think that was, like, a little bit of hope that you're like, oh, away from home, we did really well against them. I know we're sort of away from home now, but we're the home team in this game. And then, like, they threatened pretty much, like, the first couple of minutes in. Thinking, oh no, like this is going to be like a 3 or 4-0 this, and then all of a sudden, Babajide just turns and sprints as quick as you've ever seen a sprint. Yeah. Like there's no chance any other person's getting that ball. Like, Louise Quinn looks like she's like recovered, she's going to get it, and then all of a sudden, Babajide just goes no. Gets it and like just slots it past the keeper, and you 1-0 up against Arsenal, and you're like, what? Like the moment of like pure joy.
Oh my god!
Like that we had was like
unbelievable,
just amazing because like those games. I think we played Bristol, I think, away. And then I don't think we'd had a game for a while, have we? I don't think we played.
I think that was when Man United and then Birmingham all got cancelled because of the pitch. I think that was that situation, and then because the pitch was...
Who was our last game before Arsenal?
City? No. Oh, who was it? West Ham, wasn't it?
No, that was after. West Ham was the last game we played most recently. Oh my god. Anyway, we hadn't played for a while. So, like, to go into that match, and then we went 1-0 up, and I was like, oh my god, like, this is going to be amazing if we can get, like, even we get, like, a 1-1 or, like, a draw. Like, 1 point walking away from this would have, like, done us the world of good because we really needed points on the board.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, maybe 2 went up, and then, like, it was just, like, it was literally one of the best moments ever. It's on par with, like, you've picked, like, a couple of goals that have, like, your next two, I think, are, like, amazing as well. Like, just the one moment, there's, like, 2 minutes between the build-up, the goal, and the celebration is, like, it's just pure joy.
Oh, God. 100%.
Yeah.
There's been, especially this season, there's been quite a few moments where you've, like, felt it inside, like, oh my god, you like some genuine, like, it's almost like the adrenaline really hits in after that goal goes in, and you, like, 9 times out of 10, when, especially this season, we scored that many goals, but it was difficult to watch, and so when these moments happen, it's even better. Yeah. It's even better sort of experience it because you've been waiting for it for so long, and then it comes and you're like, oh my god, especially against like Arsenal, who we were probably already taken out of the tie before the game had even kicked off. Most people would have probably written us off anyways. So to be able to give that response, especially after all of the troubles with like Prenton Park and things like that, in a new stadium with, to be fair, probably one of the biggest crowds we had so that in the season before, in a non-football, obviously, like Anfield was different, but in a single like event that wasn't broadcasted as a massive sort of thing. That was pretty special. I enjoyed that one as well.
100%.
Is it my turn for the second? My second favourite?
Yeah.
Okay. My second favourite is Charles's goal against Chelsea.
Yeah.
So, tell you what, that's another sort of pinch yourself moment. Like, Chelsea probably, if the season had carried on, I reckon they probably would have lifted the trophy. I know there's lots of shouts for Arsenal and City as well, but I've sort of kind of put my foot down with thinking Chelsea were going to win it. And then they come to us in form as per. I don't think they've been out of form all season, at home, and it was an absolute like miracle that game even went on to begin with, because the pitch was just horrendous, but like we were kind of able to use it to our advantage. Like they didn't play the style of football they usually played because of the surfaces. Like the ball wasn't even moving across the ground well at all.
And then Erin Cuthbert afterwards.
Yeah. Oh god, it's horrendous.
She's just covered head to toe in mud. Like
disgusting.
Like literally everywhere is mud.
Yeah.
And that's just the image of the game, because it just showed like the style of game it was.
Yeah. And then like going 1-0 up against Chelsea, I think it comes from Kirsty Allette has a shot from far out. And then it deflected. I don't know whether it deflected off the keeper or one of the players, but it kind of just rolls to Charles, and then she toe pokes it in. And like me and you literally just looked at each other and we were like, has this just happened? And we just go mental.
I jumped up like laptop in hand and was like throwing it everywhere, because I don't know, like I think we've said, well, I've definitely said this before, like we never really celebrate like as really as wild because of like where we sit and stuff like that.
I think we do more now than we used to. We definitely do more now than we used to.
Because I'm just like, well, at this point, any goal and any result for like any positive result for us is like major. So like, I'm gonna like, goals have been very hard to come by for us this season. So when we do score, I'm gonna be made up about it.
Give it the full beans.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I completely agree with that one. That was like one of the best things.
I think it made it even better that we didn't lose that game either. Like we drew. Obviously, they pulled one back. I can't remember who. I think it was it through Wrighton maybe.
Oh, it might have been Wrighton.
One of them. But the fact that we were kind of able to keep that 1-1 like till the final whistle was phenomenal. And like, I think we had another few chances. Obviously, Chelsea kind of grew into the game a lot better than we did, but we still were competing at a high level.
Yeah.
And did have a few chances, but yeah, that was just one hell of a goal. And the iconic photo of them all running toward Charles, and she's in the air like that, and then Kirsty Let's like, what? Everyone is just going mad. What a photo that is. But yeah, that's definitely a very fond memory of mine from this season.
Yeah, 100%. My second is Furness's goal against Bristol away.
Nice.
I remember me and you watched that game in mine, but it was the same day as Liverpool played Man United at Anfield. So I was going to the game. So I missed the last half an hour of the match, or last half an hour, I think. So I'd seen the goal, and like we were both watching. It was one of them where we were like, oh, and then like we scored. And we were like, because that game was so important.
Oh yeah,
like that's been the most important game of the season.
Yeah,
up to now. Like if this season continues and we play again, all them games are like vital for us, but that one's been the most important because those 3 points were so vital. If we didn't get those 3 points that game, I think we probably would have already been down now.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Like realistically, we probably would have already been down. So, and like I think Bristol, they were above us, weren't they? And then I think we went above them by like 2 points or something because we won. So like it created like the smallest of the gaps, but still like it put us in like a better position. And like you thought like that game is like that win. You're thinking to yourself, that's going to kickstart our season now. But then the game after got called off because of pitch. And then we didn't play for like 3 weeks, I don't think. So then the momentum was sort of lost. And I think that's what's really affected us this season. It's just we haven't really had game after game after game.
No.
The second half of the season, the first half we played all our matches when we were supposed to.
Yeah.
But after Christmas, like the weather, like the pitch problems, and just whatever else, it's just put stumbling block in front of us each time. Like you've always had to overcome something else other than the team that you're playing.
Yeah.
Which has been really difficult for us, I think. And like it's not just us who suffered, like all the other teams in the league have suffered as well.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's so frustrating because that match was like so crucial to our season and how like we wanted to play the rest of our remaining games, and not to be able to like capitalise on that momentum was like, it was just so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like for everyone.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a bumpy journey, but I feel like that goal was important for Furness as well, to sort of feel like she probably felt a sense of responsibility coming into Liverpool's team when she did, obviously in January, because they were struggling and they were sort of suffering under such pressure, not just that they put on themselves, but what like the media and just the competitiveness of the league in itself put on them. So I feel like she probably came in, obviously, as I said, with a sense of responsibility. And then to go and score the only goal in a match against a team that you're fighting a relegation battle with, and sort of taking the game by the scruff of the neck, and because I think she had a few attempts to score throughout the whole game as well. I know there was a chance early on that she'd missed, and then obviously it might have been her. I think it was her, and then she comes back again and actually scores the goal, which is a great goal. I think it was like a side volley or something.
Yeah.
And then so I think that was vital to her, and then obviously she's gone on since then to score a few goals as well. So I feel like that's the part where her sort of Liverpool career sort of took off in a way, or got started.
Like, that ultimately made her a fan favourite. Like I think she was already, like people already seen the difference that she'd made to our team, but that game, like she was like, everyone just loved her from then on. Yeah. And like if you were to ask any Liverpool fan now, you'd say pick your favourite Liverpool player of the season, they'd probably pick her, even though she's only been here since January. Yeah. Because just the impact she's made on this team is unbelievable. I think it's just because she's experienced and she's played for good teams as well. She played for Reading for a while, and then obviously to go to Tottenham, play for them, and then to come to Liverpool. Like that's one of those senior figures in the team. Yeah. Who you sort of have to rely on and have to step up in those moments, and like she hasn't shied away from it. No. Like she's embraced the fact that she has to be that person. Yeah. And she's done it so well, and like she's made like an amazing start to her Liverpool career. It's very frustrating for her that she hasn't been able to carry on, and like obviously all this has gone on, which like there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. But like for your career at a new club to start so well despite like results in the league and whatever, her personally, to then to just stop all of a sudden and not know when it's going to continue, it's going to be frustrating for all the players, really. Yeah.
We'll just have to sort of see what happens and see what goes down over the next few weeks.
I think it's going to be a long wait. So.
Yeah, 100%. My go?
Your number one moment.
Number one is, speaking of the devil, Rachel Furness' goal versus Arsenal. Oh my god. It was the best goal I think I've ever seen. One of the best goals I think I've ever seen. The power that she put behind that ball. And to like, sometimes when you try and leather a football, it goes the complete wrong,
She
opposite direction of where you're intending it to
could have
go.
skied that. That could
Oh,
have gone out of the stadium.
literally, it could have skied it, could have gone right past either side of the post, it could have done anything.
Yeah.
But I think the determination sort of pulled her through, and she was like, nah, I'm scoring this goal. And when she makes contact with it, me and you sit with each other like, oh my God, it's got it! And then the celebration that she gives after is just, it's just everything you want to see from someone that's playing in your team. It's everything, and obviously I think everything about it was good, like the ball from Nee Charles over as well, the control,
But you know what I was gonna say? If you watch the full clip, like the build up to it as well, all you can hear is Furness shouting is switch it. That's
yeah.
Switch it. Because she knows, she sees the gap.
Yeah.
She sees it. And Charles's ball doesn't exactly go right to her, but it goes just enough over the defender to bounce.
Yeah.
And like for there to misjudge it, and for Furness to like capitalise, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like everything about it was just amazing.
Everything. Literally everything. And as you said, like, she's been such a massive part of the season and of the journey so far. And it's just a shame that she probably would have gone on to score more goals if this whole coronavirus wasn't a thing. Speaking of, a little bit of a intro, a little bit of a promo. Josh did a nice little interview with her that's gone out on the channel yesterday. On the website, sorry. Yesterday.
Yesterday evening.
Yeah.
Tea time.
Really interesting for that. So yeah, how she settled in and how she feels about the whole situation. I thought that was a nice little link. She's talking about
Yeah, I don't know if you can put like website links on the thing, but
leave it in the description.
Yeah, if not, it's in the description. Yes. It's definitely gonna give it a read because it's really, really interesting.
Really good.
It's interesting to see how she's coping with like isolation type thing, because obviously they've still got like the training plans to do.
Yeah.
So she talks about how like different training methods she's doing from home basically.
Yeah.
And then it's one of her favourite moments of her career so far, which is nice.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
So, what is your final favourite moment?
My number one has got to be, despite the result, which we won't talk about, Anfield derby. Like,
phenomenal.
Like, you never. I hope we get to do it again, like next season. I hope it's a thing again. Obviously, it depends on like fixtures and stuff like that, but just the whole day, just the week like building up to it, the whole day from like literally when you woke up in the morning was like jam packed with stuff we could do, like then to go and sit in like Anfield press box with like our mates as well, sort of.
Yeah.
Our mates, like your dad was there, like we got to experience like the women's team for the first time in the league. And for a Merseyside derby as well, like at Anfield, to like over 23,000 people, like just the whole experience of the day was amazing, and we played so well.
Yeah.
Like we should have won that game, and everyone said that we should have won that game, apart from like the odd few people, but like that moment, like Kirsten Lennett's header, that amazing save from their keeper, like you're thinking that was the moment, and then I think the last like 10 minutes as well.
Yeah.
It was like when it really hit me that like people do care about it, because you're thinking last 10 minutes people are just gonna leave. We're 1-0 down. People are gonna get off early, try and beat the traffic to get home, and they're not. Like majority of the stadium stayed to cheer on the team to try and get that last minute like equaliser or whatever. And you could see that like the players were so riled up for it. Like those final 10 minutes, I kept saying to you, there's a goal coming, there's got to be a goal. And obviously it didn't, which was disappointing, but like you couldn't be prouder of the performance like they did that day, because like it was just the whole thing was amazing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a day that I don't think we're never gonna forget anytime soon. Just like as you say, I feel like that day wasn't about the result. Obviously that would have kind of topped it off, but for me and you, I think on a more personal level, it wasn't really about that. It was more about the occasion and what it meant to like Liverpool fans, whether you're a Liverpool men's fan or a women's fan, the fact that the club kind of realised that they're supposed to be treated as equal, and that was a big statement. Obviously, I know a lot of others had already done it before then, but obviously with all the questions surrounding the women's funding from Liverpool or whatever, that was kind of put to bed for at least a day, because we were able to just experience that moment, what it meant, not just to us as fans, but then to like the players as well, like the likes of Niamh Charles, who have been Liverpool fans since they were a kid. It must have meant so much. And the performance they put on was just phenomenal, and it genuinely deserved to win it. But I guess it's one of those things, and it's a shame that we couldn't have gone to Goodison, because I think that, although it's obviously not our desired stadium, but that would have also been a day to remember. But obviously circumstances didn't allow either of the attempts to happen. But hopefully in the future. But as you said, that's definitely got to be up there with one of our moments, probably since we even started this. So
100%, definitely. Well, there's both got our top 3 moments of the season.
I think we've done very well. I think we've surpassed our own expectations of to what we chose.
I think there's probably like a couple of moments as well that some people might comment, like let us know below if you've got a different favourite moment, or if you agree with our picks and your thoughts on them as well. Because there's been other moments as well this season that like have been really enjoyable. Although it's not been the best of seasons, it's better to focus on the positives than the negatives.
Exactly. There's always next season, and we might even still finish this season. You never know what other memories we're gonna make.
Yeah, exactly.
You never ever know.
Yeah, very well.
Fabulous.
But let us know in the comments below your favourite moments. Remember to check out all the other videos we posted this week.
Discussion corner.
Discussion corner is out. Go and check that out. That was a really good one. We spoke about how like all this started, the women's podcast, and like our like best bits sort of type thing. Which was really nice to like chat through memory lane, which is good. Like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell if you want to. Remember to check out all the articles that are going out, and we will see you all whenever with another video. There might be like another discussion corner over the next couple of days before the next pod, or it might be the next pod, and whatever. If you've got any ideas for us that we can do content wise, let us know below as well, and we'll try and do our very best.
Yes.
But thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all very soon. Ta-da.
Bye.